What is up, my spitters? Today we are back again with Spitting Bars Podcast. And today we have our special guest, Red Rob, and I'm here again with my co-host, Rain.
What's up?
Say hi, Red
Hello.
Rob. Yep. And
This is Red Rob.
Yeah, he's Red Rob.
Are you only going?
I'm Red Rob, man.
He's like, he inspired our thing. We're only going down from here. He is.
That's
Oh
motto.
yeah, that's
Yeah, he is our inspiration. So we're glad to have you on the podcast. You know.
I'm very excited. This is my first ever podcast recording, so I'm
Oh,
very
well,
excited to be a part of
You're
it.
on the best one.
You feel famous?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you're gonna.
I mean, we're only going down from here, so.
I mean,
Yeah, we're only going down from here. I was talking to my parents today about having Rob on the podcast. And
Really?
I was like, oh yeah, he's pretty good. He's got a couple songs out. And since my stepdad, he knows Overwatch really well, I showed him your Soldier 76 rap.
Really?
Yeah, and he was like, man, that's pretty good. So whole fam loves you.
I was gonna say I appreciate that because that is one of my not like hated, but it's one of my least favorite songs that I've put out currently.
Really?
Yeah. Well, not least favorite, as in it's honestly just because I mixed that in BandLab. And that was really it. I was like, oh, I wish I could have mixed that better. That's really the only thing that was holding it back from me, like liking it decently. But Ven, he did his thing on that. I was really excited to get him on.
Definitely do his thing. That leads me to another question. What do you use to mix your songs?
So I'll go through a little bit of my journey so far because I haven't, and I'll go ahead and say this right now. I've only been in the music industry, quote unquote, as in a whole, for less than a year now. I first started mixing, recording, producing. I first started doing all that on GarageBand iOS, on my cell phone. That I did that up until the Soldier 76 song, which I did that in BandLab, and then I went immediately back because I was like, I don't like how that sounds. And then I had a friend of mine give me the cracked version of Ableton because FL Studio shit out on my computer. And I started learning Ableton for a little bit. And then I released the Renji song, which was the first song I ever released on a professional DAW. And as of right now, which I think it's going to be sticking with me for a little bit, I'm currently using Ableton. It is a very easy DAW to learn hands-on. There's a lot I could say about it, but they're not sponsoring me and they're not paying me to say anything. So I'm just going to tell y'all it's a really good DAW, and I would say you guys should give it a shot.
All right. I think it's pretty easy to tell what my favorite Red Rob track is, as I have just put it in the group chat. It is number 2 on my most streamed songs.
Number 2 on Spot. That's crazy.
And at random points in the day, like just walking around the house, I'll start rapping Chaos's verse.
Chaos, that is such a good verse. I'm very proud of that cipher. Not to toot my own horn, but I really like that.
Honestly,
I'm proud of this.
My favorite thing from you, Red Rob, was when you were the father from what cipher was it, Rain?
The Kids Next Door.
Yeah, the Kids Next Door. Yeah, I
really.
You know, sometimes when me and Rain are on a call and stuff, he'll sometimes like just do the "Hey, watch your mouth," and it's just kind of become a thing for us now. You know,
it's a really good.
Yeah.
I will say I can't take credit for that part specifically because when actually it was Chaos who actually asked me to do it.
Oh, really?
It was totally unplanned by anybody else on the cipher. He's like, "Hey Rob, can you, since you're father, could you record some like scolding ad libs and then send those to me?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, man, I got you." And so I recorded a bunch. So it was just like, "Hey, watch your mouth," or like, "Watch it." But then I ended up sticking with, "Hey, watch your mouth," and did that like 3-4 times. Sent those into him, and JK, he loved that. He absolutely loved that. And he was like, I did not see that coming. I was like, I didn't either. I mean, but it makes sense for the show. And it ended up making the final cut.
Yeah.
And
that's a good thing.
something
Um,
I actually can take credit for that a lot of hopefully people noticed is in Eclipse's verse. There he cut see JK didn't allow cussing on his songs, and unfortunately for Eclipse, he forgot that memo.
Mm-hmm.
Which is no disrespect to Eclipse, he's an amazing artist, but he
mhm.
said motherfucker like 6 times, and it was me, JK, and Flint who were mixing the song, or we were sitting with Flint while he was, and I was like, "Hey, Flint, he says shit at the beginning of his verse. Can you put a reverb fart right there when he says shit?" And we ended up just fucking around with a reverb fart for like the next 15 minutes. And it actually, like, you can go back and listen to it. It actually made the final cut, that reverb fart. And it goes,
Is it
if
really?
bugging me, they gonna rest in peace because they talking, because they tired of me for real.
Oh my
Uh,
god! I
yeah, that
noticed that.
part. I can proudly say I can take credit for that because I thought that was absolutely hysterical, and it fit with Kids Next Door as well because toilet humor.
Yeah, that
That's
was
actually
Yeah.
pretty smart.
I I like to make bars from songs. I like my Discord status for a little, and for a while I had one of them as um the who was the pirate guy?
Oh, Jamar Rose
Yeah, Jamar Rose. He
as
had a
Captain Candybeard.
yeah, he had a verse that was or he had a bar that said Snickers tangled up my beer, I saved the bar.
Oh wait, I
And
think I
I don't know
remember
why,
seeing that on your thing.
but it just made me giggle, and I made it my status. So that
I
was
will.
that for a while.
Jamar probably he definitely had my favorite verse on that cipher, hands down. Like
Yeah.
he just brought such a unique swagger to it. And honestly, the candy bar rhyme scheme just it went too crazy not to be my favorite.
Yeah, the first bar even went hard. The heard about your kids and trust I'm not a fan. That was just that was good. I like that. Flint mixed that really well.
He's an amazing audio engineer. I don't know
Yeah.
how long, I can't remember, excuse me, how long he said he'd been practicing before he started releasing his own music, but he's definitely got it down, and
Yeah.
I'm excited to see where he goes with it.
All right, I'm gonna move on
Okay.
to the big
Yeah.
dreaded
Okay.
Hydrogoon questions.
All right.
Um, First one, I have been wondering this for a while, and I have been it has been like hurting me not to ask you because I had to save it for the podcast.
Okay.
In the trailer for the Hydrogoons
Oh no.
channel, it says 5 people. There are 7. Who is the extra 2?
So, and I'll go into this because I'm actually gonna, like, once we actually get videos out on that, I'm actually gonna delete that video because that was
Oh,
very rushed. Um, but and the story goes, uh, a couple months ago, and like towards the beginning of this year, actually, me and Flint were talking, uh, and I was like, "Hey, Flint, so we just met a bunch of these people that we really click with, that we've been talking to for a little bit now, on this project, which I won't announce yet because it's coming out soon." And I was like, "Hey, do you want to start a group? Like, not a collective, because I don't really do collectives. I don't really join like rap groups. I was just like,
yeah.
it's just a group of boys doing stupid shit, you know, just it's just us being us." And he was like, "Yeah, I think that's an amazing idea." And I was like, "Who do you want to be on it?" I was like, "Well, there's 3 people as of right now. Samurot's Flow, JK, and Pure Chaos." And
Oh,
I was super nervous to ask all of them because I didn't know what they would say, because like we hadn't been talking very long. But they all were very eager. They were all super into it. And then from there, we just started getting into VCs like every day, like, or almost every day, just doing like freestyling stupid shit, just producing
mhm,
stuff, coming up with projects, collabing. And then I asked All Time because I remember originally he said he didn't do collectives. So that's where number 6 comes in. Um, and All Time, I had to explain to him, I was like, this is not a collective. It's just a group of goons doing stupid shit. And that's exactly how I worded it to him. And he said, well, after I graduate, because he graduated, I think, June this year. He's like, once I graduate, I'll have free time, so then I'll be able to. I was like, all right, bet. We'll wait around for them. It took about another month for him to join because he was super eager, but after that, it was maybe another month before we met Payne. Me and Flint found his channel, his Bakugo song, Apology, which is a really good song. And if you haven't listened to it, go listen to it. We listened to that one, and me and Flint both left a comment on his channel. And we were like, hey, man, like, this is a really good We were just giving him praise. We really like the song. And he replied. And we were like, hey, man, if you want to collab, just like reach out to us. Like, here are our Discords. Those never went through. So I ended up having to find his Instagram through JK. And that's how I got in contact with him. I got in his Discord server, and then he already knew Chaos, Sam, JK, all time. He already knew all of those guys. From there, we all just got into a group, and that's why there's only 5 names or 5 people in the trailer. Because at the time, All Time wasn't in the Hydrogoons, and we didn't even know Pain existed. So it was just us 5. And it's weird because Pain is officially the 6th member, unofficially the 7th, and All Time is the reverse because Pain actually joined before All Time was in our server. Like, he was like, yeah, I'll be a part of the Hydrogoons after I graduate, so we had to put him on hold. So I usually just say that All Time is the 6th member and that Pain is the 7th. But there's not like a ranking order, there's not like a hierarchy in the Hydrogoons. It's just like the order that we joined. But to be fair, I was the founding Hydrogoon. I was the one that I created the channel. I had the idea, pitched it to everybody. I don't want to take credit, but I feel like I might have been the one that came up with the name.
Oh yeah,
I think I
wait.
was the one.
I have a question. How did you guys come up with the name?
So it was actually funny because we were actually saying, I was like, okay, we need a name for our group because legitimately the server that all 7 of us share, we just called it we just named it the number of members in the channel that we had. So it was 5, and then All Time joined. It's like, okay, it's 6, and then Pain joined. It's like, okay, now we're 7. We're set. We're not we don't fucking everyone else can shit off. And we were thinking of names, and we were like, well, we need something that hasn't been done before that would let people know pretty much what we are, like the boys or the goons, something that's not stupidly simple, but because those names are already taken. But we were pitching ideas, and Flint was he was like, well, we're all nerdcore artists, so we could do something nerdcore. And I can't remember what it was, but somebody was talking about Hydrogance, the Pokemon.
Yeah.
And I was like, fucking got it. Hydrogoons. And then it evolved to Hydrogoons, whereas in we're the heads of a Hydra dragon. It's a pun on Hydreigon. I don't know how many times I mispronounced Hydreigon in that sentence, but the 7 heads of a Hydra, and then it just evolved, and I was like, hey, we can still be goons. And that's what it came up to, because we still have to update the profile picture to include All Time. But that is how we came up with the name Hydrogoons, and everyone was like, yeah, I fucking love that.
It's a big glow up from 7.
Yeah, it's a big improvement. A major improvement.
I wasn't too far off with my guess on who I got All Time right. But I thought you and All Time were the last 2 added.
No.
And I thought Pain was the founder.
Really?
Yeah.
That's actually kind of funny. That's actually really fun. I'm not even gonna lie. But no, it's me. Flint was my co-founder. He was my right hand man in this whole operation. I'm just the one who's designated taking care of most of the boring businessy stuff. I'm the organizer. I don't like to put myself on the pedestal like, oh, I'm the leader, I'm the CEO, because like I'm not gonna boss my friends around. We do business, we do work, but we're still friends at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna do that to them, because if it wasn't for them, there wouldn't even be a Hydrogoon. Like they're like collectively, you can't have the Hydrogoons if there aren't all 7 of us.
Yeah.
Because everybody's personalities and mannerisms are just so like absurdly unique from one another, and yet like everybody just clicks so well. Like I could sit here literally and talk for hours about just stories that I have from I like literally that I feel like I've literally known them my entire life, and it's crazy that it hasn't even been a year yet.
Do you have a story that's worth making the title of the video? Because right now we're pretty.
Yeah, we
We're
suck at
pretty.
making titles.
Yeah.
Oh, sir. Okay. Honestly, if you guys ask me questions, I might have stories, because there's so
Okay.
many, dude. I don't even know.
Okay.
One thing I had to say was that when I first joined the Red Rob server,
Yes.
I heard of the Hydrogoons, and I was way off with who I thought was in it.
Really?
I know I got you right. I know I got All Time dead wrong. Because I didn't know. I knew All Time existed, and I knew of his existence. I knew that he was a very talented artist, but I was like, no way. No way.
Just like there's no way there's no like come on, you got to be fucking kidding me.
Why would you be
So
on this, man? What the hell is he doing?
Like, are you serious right now?
I thought All Time was replaced with Steel. I thought Steel was a Hydrogoon at first.
Really?
And yeah, and the other one I thought was a goon was I forgot who I switched him out for. I think I switched him out for Stan, but it was Midnight.
Oh man, that I was gonna say that would be fair.
Yeah.
That would be fair, because I interact with those two a lot. We are good friends, but I don't know. It's just like at the time I wasn't really as close with those two
Mhm.
as I was with the rest of them. Actually, it's funny because I don't know if you know who Ninetales Music is,
I do not
or
know
Boy Who
until.
Cried Brawly. Excuse me. He was actually considered to be a member of the Hydrogoons. Me and Flint were talking because we were close with him, and he was still very active around
You were
this
going to be
time.
8.
There was actually going to be 7, but I was like, he's got he's not really into the whole like groups thing, and he's got a lot on his plate. So I was about to say,
Yeah.
I didn't think he'd be like into that sort of thing. Not like I was gonna cut him as like a friend, because I really want to get back making music with him. But
Yeah. I have been, I don't want to say begging, but trying my best to get that free JK feature so I can stay. I have gotten every Hydrogoon on a song. Like I'm saying, I wish bro happy birthday. Like
you might be begging for the rest of your life. To be completely honest, you might be begging for the rest of your life. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
he is number one. Him, Cass, and do you know Savade?
Yeah, no, Savade. Oh, you're not
Uh,
getting a free verse out of Savade. I'm sorry to tell
no,
you.
I don't mean free. I mean when I get enough money, those are the three I want to
Oh,
buy from.
just get a verse out of it. Okay, I see.
Yeah, because
By the way, I didn't mean to interrupt, but
no, it's fine.
Savade, if you're watching this, you still have to add me back on Discord, because I tried to get a $30 feature from you when you were doing sales, but you never added me back. So can you can you please add me back on Discord? I still want a verse. I need a verse, please. Thank you. Anyways,
Savade, come on, man.
Wait, if you're still watching this, I'm really sorry for DMing you while you had your $30 verses and then telling you I didn't want one. That one's on me. I'm really sorry.
oh, here's actually this will get you. Savade, remember, Marmalade sent me. He'll know what that means. Shout out
Okay.
Marmalade. Anyways, sorry, I didn't mean to.
You're
That
bullying
just slipped my mind.
Bro, I don't even know what the hell this is. Me personally, I'm not very well known on a bunch of nerdcore stuff. I just
Yeah,
know.
this guy's in a Venomous cipher.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Rain put me
oh.
on a venomous cipher without my knowing. I'm a
I mean,
skeleton.
I actually haven't kept up. How is he doing?
Um.
Like musically.
Okay,
I
Venomous.
y'all finna die.
Okay, then let me handle this one. Venomous. Um, he. I'm sure you've heard about the one cipher with like half of nerdcore on it that he's doing.
The
If you
Minecraft
don't,
mob cipher.
oh yeah, I didn't know we were allowed to say it on
Yeah.
here.
Oh well.
Yep. Yeah.
If Red Rob says it, then
I'm
we're fine.
I'm I'm
Yeah.
on that cipher.
Also, if we
I think
remember, I accidentally showed it during the
Oh
first
yeah.
episode.
I might be on that cipher because
You.
he had me on as the Elder Guardian, and then I
Yeah.
sent in my verse, and I didn't tell him he couldn't use it. I mean, he can still use it.
He is using it.
He is okay. I was about to say that's totally. I
Mhm.
don't really care if he does or not, but
The
Yeah.
people on the cipher that were like originally on that were like actually like really really good artists told Venomous they couldn't use his verse and they got replaced. Like
I
I got replaced by
like
someone
oh,
who stole lyrics.
actually wait. Who's like
Oh wait,
how
no, I
big are we
replaced
talking?
someone who stole lyrics.
how big are we talking? I'm not talking too big, but I mean they had Sinista was the Ender Dragon, and Sinista's a pretty
Oh,
hard hitter. Sinista
he
has some pretty good
is.
verses.
I was about to say he's like. I feel like, and this is just me personally. I feel like he could do better lyrically. Not that they're shit, but like I don't know. I'm just a fan of wordplay.
Yeah,
I'm just a
Hmm.
fan of wordplay. That's it. Um, and he
he
like
has.
writing too mainstream or like in a style that can be perceived as too mainstream, can be detrimental when doing nerdcore. Not again, not disrespecting Sinister because I love him. Um,
Mhm.
but you know, I was about to say he's been getting better from all the stuff that I've heard, especially with his delivery, and that's something that really hypes me up is to see his artistry grow. Uh,
Yeah.
I'm really hoping though that Venomous at least changes a bit for the next cipher for this cipher.
Oh
From
yeah.
what I've heard of him, it's
He he,
he's
he had a
something.
kind of Venomous. I'm not saying Venomous is bad. He does actually have
No,
some songs that
no, I'm
I
not saying
enjoy.
that, but like some of them are like funny to
He
listen to.
he had a verse that just came out that was kind of
That was
his
kind of
wonky.
fun. Yeah.
his earlier stuff was, you know, I've stayed away from him for like, or at least his music like recently. I just haven't kept up with it because
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
He
just like a lot of like because I don't know if you have heard the Tracer rap that he did
I have heard the Tracer rap.
I
that I
haven't
was
actually.
yeah that he featured me on actually, and I heard his verse after it came out and I was like, oh shit,
Oh, it was not Waluigi time.
it was
Um
not Waluigi time.
I
It
uh
was not Waluigi time.
the two most like ones that I found kind of wonky in my opinion was his Giovanni verse on Kit Kat's Pokemon.
yeah.
Yeah, Pokemon
Oh, I was
Cipher.
about to say, I was like, are you? He did a Giovanni verse.
Yeah, he was the
Yeah.
ending thing,
So
and it was just so like, and this is no offense to him, but I did
I
not like it at all.
Venomous, if you are listening, don't take this as hate.
No,
Please
no,
take
it's
this as
not. It's
critique.
not as
I
And
was,
the
hate.
well, I was about to say, here's the thing as well, because if, and that's the point of like art, like music and the artistry behind it, because if you're trying to, whatever it may be, if you are trying to put something out there as an artist, and I'm saying specifically an artist, not a rapper, not a singer, not any, an artist, and
Mhm.
it's not listenable or not perceived well, that's it okay. Because
Yeah.
if it's bad, it's just bad. And there's
Hmm.
nothing you can do except get
Hmm.
better from it, you know?
Yeah, no.
And anybody can give their input. And I mean literally anybody. Even if somebody is giving you an input that's worse than you, they are allowed an input because if it's bad to them, it's bad.
Yeah. It was
Um,
just kind of like the
And,
mixing and some of the lyrics I didn't like from his singing,
yeah,
honestly.
and
yeah,
that's usually what it boils down to, because I can forgive delivery from like a lot of the newer rappers, and I'm saying this as somebody who's new, but I can forgive delivery. Bars I can kind of forgive because I understand how hard writing can be, especially for somebody who hasn't done it. But at least get the mix down and at least have consistent flow. That's all I'm
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
asking. Just be on beat
Um,
and mix it to where it's like palatable to my ears.
yeah. I gotta bring this up because it's one of my most commonly asked questions. How did this strange Red Rob obsession start? Um, Rob, I'm sure you know that I don't know how to say it, but
Mhm.
like, do you know, are you picking up what I'm putting down with the Red Rob obsession thing? Because everybody
I
thinks
can
that I am
see it.
obsessed with you.
I can see it.
The,
I can
the
definitely
It's
see it.
very obvious.
it all started with Red Rob thinking I'm a scam caller. I I DM'd him and said, "Hey, do you do
Oh yeah.
FT?" I said, "Do you do FT?" And
Features,
FT,
yeah.
I meant features. And Red Rob, his response, hang on, it's somewhere in my camera roll. You said something along the lines
It
of,
was
"Nah, I don't."
it was nah, I don't, because I like, and the reason why is because I am one of the guys that gets heavily bombarded by like scam messengers, whether it be on like my
Mhm,
Instagram or like, because I like what I used to do in high school. I used to fuck with them. Like I used to genuinely waste their time or like piss them off because I
Hmm.
thought it was funny. I was like, "Hi, you're trying to get me to like you think I'm like some lonely ass like guy who's just trying to get his dick wet, even though I'm like a 16-year-old kid who's never even been with a girl, and I could care less about that. So I used to just fuck with them, and it got so common. I was just like, no, I can't do it anymore because they like still add me on Snapchat. I don't add them back. They add me on Instagram. I don't add them back. And I was like, oh god, they've moved over to Discord, because literally the week you messaged me, two two of them messaged me on Discord, and I was like, oh fuck, they found me here too.
They found Red Rob.
And they were well, it's not even they found Red Rob. They were just like, oh god, they don't know me, but I feel like they like know me. They know who I am. I'm like a collective name in like Indian scam centers around the world.
The number
um,
one call on their thing for their fucking context is just Red Rob and nothing else.
Yeah. They're like, we'll get
they,
him one day.
This son of a gun's gonna fall for it once.
so it started with that, and then he was
Hmm.
like, "Why are you asking?" And I'm like, "Oh, I just wanted a feature on a song." And Rob was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, I can get you that." And then, um,
Yeah,
I
literally.
got him, I got him on the Dead by Daylight cipher, and the main way I heard of you, Rob,
Hmm.
was through Waluigi time,
Really?
and I knew you as the guy that carried the Mario cipher that no one talks about.
Oh
So
man.
that's kind of how I knew you. And then it once I got you on, I was like, all right, cool. I have Red Rob on a cipher, the
Mhm.
Red Rob. So then it kind of turned
God.
into me just waving my arms around, being like, hey guys, look at me. I got Red Rob on a
I got
cipher.
Waluigi on a fucking site.
Hey guys, guess what? It's not Waluigi time anymore. And I was like, I remember I was saying it in Steel Server. I'm like, not trying to brag or anything, but I got Red Rob on a cipher, and it evolved into the obsession. And
Mhm.
today I'm just like chilling in VCs with you, and
Mhm.
and I'm still acting like I am this insane Red Rob fanatic who definitely does not have the Gatlian cipher on number two in his most streamed songs. But
I will say I really do appreciate that. Like like genuinely I do. A lot of people will say that like lying through the teeth, but that's it's funny to me that it's just like I don't know. Like, and it definitely sounds like I'm gloating or like I'm like sitting on my fucking high horse right now, but I don't know, just any like that amount of support, like even just from like one person, just from you, in the very, very short amount of time that I've been doing this is like I still am struggling to like grasp my head around all of this.
Yeah.
And I
Um,
really do appreciate that. Like I just like being able to give back to everybody.
yeah. And then it went to the downfall of the Dead by Daylight cipher. And
Yeah.
because Venomous and Solar had an argument in general, and this was after Rob already sent in how his verse was gonna sound. And I'm like, oh my goodness, oh my god, that's beautiful. This is Red Rob. Red Rob, okay. Yeah, this is the guy. This is the guy. I'm
He
famous
said,
now.
"This is the guy.
This is the guy. I'm basically famous now. So I'm
This is
probably
the
gonna have like 300 subscribers by the end of the cipher.
Gonna have chicks all over you.
I know. Oh my god, he got a feature from Red Rob.
Oh my god, have me, please.
Me." People still don't know who I am, but like, oh my god, you got Red Rob? Who the is?
Fucking-
Tell
um,
me. I don't know. Like, is he verified on Insta?
Just fucking-
I'd
Twitter
probably
at
be like,
least, man.
yeah.
Come on. Who's this guy?
Does he have a blue check mark?
I would have probably, if I got asked that, I would have probably been like, is that even a question? Yeah, of course he does.
I don't. I just want to clarify that for this recording. I don't. I'm not verified anywhere. I have to verify it all myself.
We'll put pin
And
it
I'm
Red
not
Rob.
paying. And I'm not paying for Twitter Blue. Fuck that.
Oh,
Oh wait,
refuse.
speaking of Twitter, fucking they're renaming it.
yeah,
They already did.
Oh,
They
they
already
did
did?
to X. It's fucking
Yeah, I
X.
tweeted out, or excuse me, I made my first Zeet a couple
Z?
hours ago.
Is that what they're called now?
That's what they're calling them, is
Oh yeah,
XEETs.
I just got a notification. Well, my first Z, everyone.
Yep. It's so
Anyways,
cancerous.
back to the downfall of the Dead by Daylight cipher.
Mm-hmm.
Venomous and Solar argued in general, and I was like, "Oh, come on, guys, stop!" And it resulted in me kicking Venomous from the server. So I'm like, "Okay, everything's okay. Venomous already sent in his verse. He can be gone now." Little did I know it was not okay, and I got a DM from this guy right here, Red Rob, saying, "Hang on, let me look at the camera. I had the screenshot."
Can you screenshot
Because
everything?
yeah, because they were like, because I was like all down in a server, and they were like, "What's going on?" I'm like, "Ah, Red Rob." So
Well,
he
I
was.
was going to say, oh, sorry, continue.
You can go.
Okay, well, because I want to say before that, and I want to get my little experience because I haven't really delved into it, but and I mean it, the exact same thing happened in 3 other projects that I was on with both Solar and Venomous. And I mean, it's like exact 3 things. The third time it happened, I stepped in the middle because I was like, listen, y'all got to take this to DMs. Like,
Yeah,
y'all have
you
to
did
take
that
this
in
to DMs.
you did that in Dead by Daylight, right?
I did it, and I did that as well in Dead by Daylight. At least I'm pretty sure I did.
Yeah, you did, because you were like, I remember you said a potty word. I'm like, whoa, I didn't know he did that.
I didn't know he cussed, dude.
That's fucking crazy,
Is this
right?
a Red Rob I know? Is this my Red Rob? but and then the cipher came out, and it was Robless.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that can be the title of the video, Robless.
Rob.
We feed us stories, Rob. Feed us
Feed
stories.
us. Yeah.
I
Okay.
God,
Wait.
y'all gotta ask me questions.
Okay. Wait. Okay. Then I
Um,
have a basic question. You know, something that probably everyone asks anyone that's into something. What made you start doing music and nerdcore?
So, what made me start music is I've been in a very musically inclined person all my life.
Mm-hmm.
I did choir pretty much from as early as I can remember, up until like sophomore year of high school.
You seem like a choir kid.
I was a choir kid. I was also, and unfortunately as well, I was also a theater kid for like a year, but it didn't
Don't.
count because
We are both theater kids.
I
Yeah, we're
also
both
did
theater
show.
kids.
Oh, you guys are? Oh
Yeah.
God, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
I'm in tech though.
Well,
I'm not pretty.
No, I'm an
I'm not
actor.
fruity. Well, it was because like I was a theater kid, but I also like organized the shows for like the choir at my school because I was pretty much one of the only like consistent like guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Um, but I've like my family's also musically inclined. My ex actually was also in band, so I've always been drawn to music. Um, and what really made me start like I don't know. I got an electric bass junior year. I started learning how to play it. I'm still learning how to play it actually. And I was like, "Oh, this is super fun." And then when I was 17, I started getting into beat production and like writing, making songs like on GarageBand iOS, which weren't
Mm-hmm.
obviously good, but I got into it. I kind of learned the basics of it. Um, I released like 2 songs that you won't find anywhere because that was before Red Rob ever existed.
What
Um,
was the name? What was the name?
that you won't find that I rebranded my SoundCloud. So uh
Oh.
it was originally Rob Dog Music because that was my nickname in high school. But
Rob dog.
Hard. It goes hard.
yeah, and it did not because it was derived from my nickname on the football team, Raw Dog.
Oh.
Uh,
You did a
and
lot.
it sounds gay, I know, but the reason why is because I was a virgin,
Oh man. Poor
and they
raw
were just
dog.
making fun of me. Um, but I really got into music because I enlisted in the United States Navy right after high school, and it wasn't until I got to boot camp when I realized, like, shit, I think I made the wrong choice.
Yeah.
And I started having doubts. I pushed through though because I was like, it's fine, I'm gonna get through. It was about 4 weeks into training when I got told that I was being sent back home
Oh.
because uh, reasons I won't disclose actually.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
it
That's
wasn't
fine.
anything
So
like
good.
terrible. It wasn't anything that was like detrimental. But I got sent home. I was there for another month
You were
in
too ginger.
separations, which is fucking. It was way more. And I wish I was exaggerating by saying this. Separations is actual prison. And it's worse because there's like mind you, this is the United States fucking Navy.
Mm-hmm.
There were people in there who were former inmates that'd be like, fuck yeah, I'd rather be in jail. And I was like,
Oh
oh,
wow.
so this is like gulagian type shit. Okay, so yeah, fuck. The only difference is we still got paid, but
Uh-huh.
I got back home, and actually during my entire time there, I was actually writing songs. Like
Oh.
raps. I was writing songs. I was doing literally whatever. I don't even think they were nerdcore. I think they were just music. When I got back home, it took me about another month maybe to get back on my feet because I was super distraught that I didn't make it in the Navy. And then I just remember I was like, fuck, I'm just going to write a song because I got inspired by Rustage's Can't Stop. I think that's what it was.
Mm.
I got inspired by that, and I wrote a song called "Going All Out," which was terribly mixed. It was rapped terribly. Still kind of proud of the bars. Then I released a song called "Milkman." Then I released a shitty album that I'm still kind of proud of. Um, I was going by Red Rob at this point. Like I hadn't rebranded
Mm-hmm.
to anything else, but I was like, no, I think it's time I start doing nerdcore because I'm a huge fucking nerd and I love Overwatch. I love Rainbow Six Siege. I love Pokemon, anime. Excuse me. And actually, what really got me into nerdcore was my breakup.
Mm.
Because I briefly mentioned it, but
Yeah.
earlier this year, my ex fiance of 3 years left me.
Mm.
Um, no ill will, you know. I'm not like
Mm-hmm.
I've moved on. I hope she's doing well because she actually unblocked me on my Instagram and other socials and now keeps up with what I'm doing. So,
Hmm.
you know, it's whatever.
Yeah.
um if she does somehow happen to come across this, hope you're doing well. Hope everything's fine. Tell Uncle Huey I said, "Hey, I hope your family's doing well."
Fucking I love Uncle Huey.
Yeah, tell Uncle Huey I said hey
Man,
too.
Yeah,
I
man.
I do miss I miss Uncle Huey. I'm not gonna lie, but after she left me, I was like really fucking low.
Mm.
Like I've been lower, but I was pretty damn low because that was like first love. That was first for literally everything on both ends. So I only hope that it hit her as hard. Um, but you know, it hurt, and I was like, I need motivate. Like I now have motivation to do something on my own that makes me happy for once. You know, I finally get to do something for myself. And then I released the Genji rap,
Mm.
and I knew immediately from the production, I was like, yeah, this is what I'm gonna do. I was like, this is
Yeah.
it. I released, I think it was up until maybe the Sigma rap that Flint 4K actually found the Genji rap, and he made a comment on it, and he was like, dude, this is really like, I was not expecting this at all. That Luigi bar hits different. And he was like, good shit, or good job, man, because he doesn't cuss. And I was like, oh, who's this? I was like, that's really cool. And I checked out his channel. I saw he was doing Pokemon stuff, and I commented on his Psychic Tyke rap because that's still a bop. And then I found his animation channel and kind of shit myself. Because I was like, holy fuck, 80,000 subs. But
Wait, what?
Wait.
oh yeah, his animation, Flint 4K has 80,000 subscribers. His
Oh my
Flint's
god.
Creations is his smaller channel. But oh, and then I also saw his viral video that got 15 million views on Flint 4K. I was like, okay, calm down. You just had somebody that's kind of internet famous find your video. Don't freak. But we started talking in the comments actually, and he said, "Hey, do you have Discord?" I was like, "Yeah, I do have Discord. Why?" It was like, I want to ask you something." I was like, "Okay." So he added me, and he actually messaged me about the Type Cipher Volume 1, because it was his first cipher that he was doing, and I was like, "Oh fuck, dude, I'm so down." He was like,
Ooh, that's sick.
That's really cool because you were the first person I asked to do this," and I was like, "Oh shit, I'm the first. You have
Ooh.
connections on connections, and I was the first one you asked. Okay." And I will go ahead and say this because Flint is bound to watch this. Flint, I'm not choosing favorites over everybody, but you have been one of my biggest inspirations for doing this. Like I like that he has been the man that I consistently try to one up, and the man I consistently keep up with, and always am excited to work with or talk with or just even like see stuff he does. Because he was like from that, I'm pretty sure I finished that verse for the type cipher, everything in like 2 days because I was so excited to finally be working with somebody. That was the first collaboration I ever did, and it took like 2 months for it to come out because that was in November of last year. But I sent that in, and then we actually started getting in VCs. First time I also VC'd in someone with it in Discord. We started getting VCs every day, talking about ideas, doing shit, finding other artists, yada yada yada. Flint was the one who introduced me to JK, Sam, Pure Chaos. I was the one who found All Time and Pain. Um, I mean, it's like without Flint, none of this would have been possible. And I genuinely do mean that. And I'm thankful that all the boys have been right there since practically day one. Um, but yeah, no, I was about to. I'm trying to think because they are the reasons that I continue to do it. So if I had to sum it up, my ex would be the reason that I do nerdcore. The Hydrogoons are the reason I continue to do it.
Well, that's pretty
That's
cool.
awesome, man.
Yeah.
There was I don't want to say that's similar because it's not at all, but
Mhm.
I found All Time in a slightly similar way because he commented on one of my tracks, and I'm like, okay, first I got Red Rob on a cipher, now I'm basically famous, and I talked to All Time, and me and him like actually like clicked surprisingly well,
Yeah.
and I talked to All Time for a little. And I was like, yeah, I actually thought of this idea, the mediocre melody cipher. And he's like, oh yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm like, if you want to be Pig Patch, that'd be pretty cool. And he's like, yeah, I'd love to. So he was the first person I got on that, very first.
Really?
And the idea mainly like sprouted with him because I'm like, maybe this idea that Big Mac told me was stupid, I could make into something. And I don't know if you caught on already, but whenever I need a female spot filled on a song, I get Mimi Lock.
I've
Mimi Lock,
noticed.
super underrated.
Mhm.
My God, I can see her actually like going big. She's a very good artist, and
I
I
was gonna
talked.
say I don't want to jinx it just because me and Flint said the same thing about Young Tim, and he ended up quitting music. So
Young
I'm.
Tim.
Oh,
I
you guys don't
miss
know who Young
Young Tim.
Tim is? Oh,
No, I
okay.
know
Is he?
Young Tim.
I
I
don't.
want
I've
to.
only
Tim.
heard him mentioned in the in Venomous server for something.
He was on Dead by Daylight too.
He was.
Yeah,
He
he
has
he
a
was he
he.
was on Dead by Daylight.
He
All right.
was my second feature that I ever did for somebody. That got released. I want to keynote second feature that got released because he asked me to do a hook for a Yuji Itadori rap.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
He was very young. He was very small.
10 years old.
Yeah, he was 10. Tim was gonna make it pretty big if he
I was
kept
about to say
kept going.
I could just see the improvement because if that's how he was, like he was sounding like at 10 years old, he was sounding like a lot of people at like 18, 19 were right now, and I was like, shit, okay, yeah, if he keeps this up,
Mm-hmm.
he's like only God knows where he's gonna go. If you're watching this, young Tim, come back.
Yeah.
You're
I don't
watching
know
this
you,
young
young
Tim.
Tim,
We're
but
gonna
like, come on.
Just come
come
on.
on, man.
And not gonna lie, I wish I could like add to what you guys are saying with his skills and stuff, but in all honesty, Rain, I like
Mhm.
barely listened to your Dead by Daylight cipher. I
I don't
said I
blame you.
did, but I
Oh,
like barely did.
Young Tim was originally in it,
Oh,
but then he quit halfway through.
oh, okay. I was gonna say I
Please don't
don't.
listen to the Dead by Daylight cipher.
Mhm.
I'm not saying it's bad, but it's not the best thing I had out. And for it just hit like 200 views. For it being that big and popular, it's kind of like, oh,
It's
okay.
yeah, I'm done for.
um, the oh, back to my long obnoxious story about mediocre melodies. Um, I got I got Mimi Lock, and Mimi Lock is like awesome. Like she's always whenever I need a female spot, she's always there.
Mhm.
Um, Next person I have been trying to get. How do you pronounce Leo's last name? Because Camden's convinced it's Barqui.
It's gotta be Barqui, dude.
It's Barkey.
It's
So
I knew
Barqui.
it. I knew it. I knew it.
It's
I've been saying
it's
Barqui
Barqui.
it,
this whole
it's it is.
time.
I could see how it would be Barkey, but
I
I'm
see
fairly
Barqui.
confident I'm fairly confident it's Barkey
I
I've been
I
saying
because
Barqui this whole time.
I will for sure say it's Barqui.
I mean I guess you can well you can pronounce it however you want until he comes out and says it himself. Uh,
Leo,
For
somebody
uh,
somebody ping him. Somebody ping him on this video. How do you
yeah,
pronounce your last name?
yeah.
Leo, we've been trying to get him for the past two episodes to tell us what it is, and he has
Hmm.
just been ignoring us. Anyways, I have been
Also,
trying to get Leo on
shush.
a song. My bad.
I was going to say this. I'm going to say, so we don't do it at the end of the video, so the fakers, the fake spitters who watch the video don't skip to the end to find out what to comment. I think we
Yeah.
should decide it now as Uncle Huey.
Yeah, please
H.
comment, Uncle Hugh.
How is it spelled, Red Rob?
How do we spell Huey?
HU. Actually, I don't know about that because if my ex sees that a bunch
Okay.
of people are commenting
Okay,
that, I'm
and then make it
Yeah,
Barquee. Make it Barquee.
Yeah, comment Barkley.
yeah, just how about I was gonna say, is
Yeah.
it Barkey or Barquee?
Yeah.
Comment down below.
Yeah. You tell us in the comments. But okay,
I have
continue
been
on
trying
with
to
your
get
thing now,
Leo.
Rain.
I've been trying to get Leo on a song for about 2 months. He back when Rob, you're the only person that's ever gonna know this until it's released, and Scarlett knows because Scarlett made fun of me.
And me.
Back in the prime days, oh yeah, you knew. Back in the prime days, about 6 months ago, the Dead by Daylight cipher was already a done plan. Young Tim was on it, Leo was on it, Ghost Child was on. We had some cool people on the cipher, and that's back when I went by my very talented artist named Young Funky Monkey.
Oh,
And
I love Young Monkey Monkey.
I thought you were gonna say Cuevas, but damn,
No.
okay.
That
I
was
didn't
back
know about that one.
There was
Yeah,
one song
Funky
from
Monkey is
Young
why.
Funky Monkey I loved.
Yeah, debut is still out on SoundCloud. Please don't listen to that.
No, go listen to it. It hits so hard.
I'm gonna go do that after this.
Young Funky Monkey was something. I'm referring to him as he because he's not me anymore.
No
he-
longer exists.
He got Leo on a song and then canceled the song. And then me now, Rain, is struggling to get Leo on a song. So I DM Leo and I'm like, Leo, you wanna something cool? I got Five Nights at Freddy's song. He said, and he's all like, oh, Five Nights at Freddy's song. I love Five Nights at Freddy's song. And I'm like, that's so cool. So then I tell him the idea and he said, wow, that's really stupid, but I want to be a part of it. And so I got him on his Orville. Carefree is a story for another day. My God, Carefree was ups and downs. Carefree on that cipher was a roller coaster. That was rough. I wanted to say this before we carry on with Rob's questions. I have been hearing noises I have just been hearing like noises, and I have been wondering, like, I've been hearing noises, and I'm like, I think I'm like schizophrenic, and then today, I'm like, I decided to tell my parents about it. I'm like, hey, I'm hearing noises. I don't think it's okay. And they come upstairs to my room and they're like, oh yeah, we're hearing noises too. I'm like, oh, cool. At least I'm not schizophrenic. I send my stepdad into my attic. There is a wasp nest in my bedroom.
A wasp nest.
Yeah, like
you got friends.
No.
Wait. Can you hear them? Can you hear them right now?
Stop talking. No, they're quiet right now.
Okay.
There is a weird, like, awkward spot in the very back corner of my bedroom, and the wasps were like, "This looks good. Looks like we're going right here."
Yeah, this is pretty. Yo, guys, I just found an amazing spot to set up base camp. Let's fucking go.
And the weirdest part is that you can't get in. The only way you can get in there is through my closet door, which means the only way they can get out is through my closet door, which means if they get out, I'm like done.
Are they still there?
Yeah, they're still there.
Oh no!
Are you gonna get like a bug kind of whatever they're called? Pest workers?
We're getting Bugman tomorrow. Bugman's coming back.
Oh, Bugman.
Oh, Bug Boy. He's coming to save the day.
Bug Boy. Oh, Rob, I meant to tell you this too. Spade sent me a SoundCloud artist named Dead Bob and said he wants you to make a song with him.
I found with like either the name Rob or like Red, that I'm like, fuck, I wanted collab, but what the hell would we do?
I'm so ready for Red Rob and Dead Bob collab.
Red Robin dead bug. Fuck. Tell Spade to send me that guy. I might see if he's good and reach out.
It's like, so man, you read that Pokemon?
So here you like video games. Boy, do I
your
got
name
video
is
games.
also Rob.
I hear your name rhymes with mine. Pretty suspicious of are you sure you're not, maybe from the future?
Dead Bob is Rob from the future.
Something you want to
Dead
tell me,
Bob's
bud?
Rob's in his retirement home, and he's like, "Man, I should have changed my name.
Fuck, I should have changed. I should have rebranded.
Should have been Dead Bob."
It was a sign all this time, God.
Rob, the other day in your server, I saw two people were in Overwatch chat, and I'm like, "Oh, hey, you guys mind if I join?" And they're like, "Oh, sure." So I joined VC. I muted because I'm not trying to do all that talking stuff. And they're like, they add me on Xbox and everything, and they invite me to the game, and I'm like, this is my chance. My first time ever playing Overwatch with someone online. I can prove my skills. I get a 5 kill as Reaper. Literally wipe out the whole team by myself.
I was gonna say I will, because for context, those two people those are two of my IRL friends. Well, that's one IRL friend and his girlfriend, who's also my friend, but she lives overseas, so technically online.
Okay.
Rob, we need to play sometime, dude. I need to show you my true potential.
When I get more time, because after NPC I should have more time. I'm gonna start doing I'm gonna start getting back into streams because I need to finish an Elden Ring playthrough, and also want to start streaming like Rainbow Six Siege and Overwatch.
Yes. Let a brother on your Overwatch stream.
I will. As long as nothing comes up that could get me banned off Twitch, because I'm not even a Twitch affiliate yet. But I trust you.
The Sinister Six, they were streaming because they just got they have 5 members and they're called the Sinister Six, so they opened up submissions. I showed you that, right, Rob?
Yes. Oh yeah, you did.
Yeah, I showed you. Yeah, I showed you that.
We had
they were streaming the submissions on Twitch, and it took about half the time to realize that instead of using Google Forms, using Monkey Quiz or Quiz Monkey or whatever it was,
Quiz Monkey,
it shows the IP of who sent it.
Oh no!
So Sinister's like, JC, you just like leaked 7 people's IPs.
Oh no, JC.
Luckily, I was not one of them. But next level, man, you're done. You're done.
Next levels. Okay, you might have. Oh no, I was gonna say blur out that name so people don't go look for fucking next levels IP. For the love of God, any instant of this conversation that somebody's name gets mentioned, do not just blur out their name. Like, don't cut this. But oh no,
please don't leak people's IPs.
Don't.
Yeah, just don't do that, man. Like, I mean, it was unintentional, but you gotta be careful with that.
Next level, next level went so hard in that one track, the JK one.
Oh, the Kids Next Door cipher.
Yeah.
Also,
we need a. What were you saying, Kim?
Okay, right, Rob. This is a bit personal, but are your parents divorced? And this isn't like I'm asking for a follow-up question.
Okay.
Yes or
no? Should I answer before the follow-up question?
It's nothing bad. It's an okay one.
I'm gonna say it's complicated.
Okay.
Why?
I was going to say, if you have a stepdad, because I know Rain does and I do, but do your guys' stepdads also say the most random, outlandish shit?
What?
Like, I usually am
just
the one
watch
that does
the
that.
weirdest things.
That's usually my job.
Because right now my mind is stuck on what my stepdad was watching last night, Skinwalker Ranch on
Oh,
Netflix.
I already don't trust him because he's watching stuff about skinwalkers, and if you know, you know. I'm just gonna.
he, he watches UFO documentaries.
Oh no,
I want
joyous.
my JC, JK, and Jacob Cass triple song. I want them to all make a song together because that's just like three JCs.
That
Mhm.
is three
And
JCs.
Jacob Cass and JK have a song together, and Jacob Cass and JC have a song together, which means I guess they are kind of on good terms. It could happen. It could happen.
Oh yeah, so I say
Right.
they're all on good terms.
JC, if you're watching this, man, because
If any
I
of you
know
guys
you.
are watching this, potential collab.
Please,
If any
Jacob
of you
Cass,
guys,
if you're
if
watching this,
anyone's
please
even
come
watching
on.
this, please subscribe.
Please, we just hit 7 today.
We just hit 7, dude.
Hey, almost at 10.
Let's go.
We're
Oh
going
We only
shit, I need
going
to.
up from here.
I need to subscribe to that actually. Hold
Yeah,
up, I
that
need
one.
to.
You're not even fucking subscribed to Benny Mars
I did.
podcast.
I did it. I did it. New. Wait, hold on. Did you guys? Did anybody promote it in my server? I'm about to go
No,
check.
Oh
I'll
shoot.
send you the channel. Oh yeah, I did. I put it in YouTube promo. Um.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, damn it.
Oh my God, Camden's dead. All
What?
right. Well, I think
All
is
right,
that a good
8
way?
subscribers.
Is that a good? Thank you, Red Rob.
Oh,
Is that
thank
a
you.
good way to wrap it up? Is this it?
I mean, yeah, we're pretty much an hour in, so if there's any final things
Wow.
anyone has to ask or wants to
Yeah, I was
say,
about to
say them
say if
now.
I'm if there's any questions, I'm more than prepared to answer them.
Yeah, it's Red Rob. He's awesome.
Yeah.
Rob, I didn't know you were a gender until you told me.
Really? Where do
Yeah.
you think red comes from?
The shirt.
I don't know, man. Favorite color?
What do you think the color shirt comes from?
Fucking not.
I don't know.
What
The
Rain
red
said,
hair.
favorite color.
See, I know because I know that my avatar leaves less to the imagination, but that's like if my because all the references I've sent to people of myself, uh, I've been in kind like any other lighting that's not sunlight. If I'm out in sunlight, it is very very noticeably red, like ginger red. Uh,
All right.
yeah, that's
I got one last question before we head out.
all right. What's
Who
one last question?
who does the thumbnail arts for your videos?
In recent videos?
Yeah, like the
Okay.
Brock one.
Oh, the Brock. Okay, so I've actually been wanting to promote them because they need more love. They are two beautifully talented young ladies from Germany named they're both sisters actually. Leo's artwork and Yasmin Rouge. Leo has done the artwork for the Renji rap, and Yasmin has done the artwork for Thermite, Brock, and Shanks. I still am like I'm pretty much like been commissioning them for like all my artwork. They are incredible artists. If both of you are watching this, you are both very lovely. I love working with you guys. I would give you both the biggest hug if I could because you have made my thumbnails and my videos so much more high quality. Um, they're very incredible. I always make sure to link um their stuff in the videos. So if you want to go find their stuff, please go check out some of the videos that they've done for me. Um, they really do deserve more love.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Rob. It has been a pleasure having you on
It
here.
has
Thank
been
you.
really, man. After
It
this,
has
we
been an
might
honor.
hit 10 subscribers.
Oh my God, Rob,
I'm
you're getting us up.
you're 2 subs away. You're 2 subs away.
Yeah. Just gotta text a few more family members. Who knows?
Yeah, we'll get Sam. We get Sam the next level and we're set.
Yeah.
That's it.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm very confident that the 10 subs is it's creeping up. It's creeping up.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
Well,
that's
since
the end of episode, I think 3 now, right? Episode 3.
that is episode
Episode
3, if
3
we're
of
counting Steel's Evolution Cipher, then 4.
Oh yeah,
But I
but
don't.
episode 3 of Spitting Bars podcast, and
Yep.
we hope you spitters have a wonderful night. I can't get the idea of the slur for spitters out of my head. So yeah.
Oh my god, you'll need a different name for that.
No, it's gotta be spitters.
It's gotta be spitters. We're too committed.
I'm never changing it, bro. Okay.
All right.
You spitters have a wonderful night. And that's all. Thanks for joining.
Keep spitting.
Just keep spitting.